Get ready for action because the Milwaukee Brewers absolutely dominated the Chicago Cubs in the series opener. Jake Bauers blasted a massive home run and drove in 4 runs to put the team up 9-3. We dive into the highlights of this epic matchup and everything you need to know about this incredible game. That defined this contest. And finally, we look at all the action shots from the opening series, featuring highlights like Jake Bauers' massive power hits and the key plays involving Christian Yelich and Andrew Vaughn. Don't miss a single moment of this rivalry as we wrap up our coverage tonight, so stick with us. The Milwaukee Brewers secured a decisive 9-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs in the opening game of their season series, marking a significant statement in the NL Central rivalry. A standout performance came from Jake Bauers, who blasted a home run and drove in 4 runs, contributing to the Brewers' commanding offensive output. The Brewers' offense was potent, supported by Christian Yelich, who went deep for the second consecutive day, helping the team improve their record to 9-2 in their last 11 outings. Andrew Vaughn also contributed with 2 hits and 2 runs. This win solidifies Milwaukee's position in the division race, pulling them within half a game of Chicago for the division lead. The Brewers have won the Central Division for the 3rd consecutive year and previously eliminated the Cubs in a 5-game NL Division Series. For the Cubs, the night proved challenging. Left-hander Shota Imanaga struggled significantly, being tagged for 8 runs and 9 hits in 4 3/4 innings, resulting in his worst start of the season and allowing 8 earned runs across his previous 5 starts. The Cubs lost for the 7th time in 9 games, trailing a home win streak that extended to 15 games. In contrast, the Brewers' pitching staff delivered. Right-hander Brandon Sproat gave up 3 runs and 3 hits in 4 2/3 innings, but Shane Drohan took over in the 5th, pitching 4 3/4 innings of 4-hit ball to secure the win. Looking ahead, Jacob Misiorowski will start for Milwaukee on Tuesday night, while Ben Brown pitches for Chicago. Bauers continues his hot streak, batting .438 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs in a 9-game hitting run. The Chicago Cubs are set to face the Milwaukee Brewers in a 3-game series at Wrigley Field, marking a significant matchup between the heated National League rivals. The game is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. CT and will be broadcast on Marquee Sports Network with audio available on 104.3 The Score. The Cubs lineup features Nico Hoerner at second base, Michael Busch at first base, Alex Bregman at third base, Ian Happ at left field, Seiya Suzuki at right field, Michael Conforto at first base, Carson Kelly at catcher, Pete Crow Armstrong at center field, and Dansby Swanson at shortstop. Following a recent tough loss, the Cubs' offense showed resilience in the Crosstown Classic, finishing the series with 9 hits and 8 runs. While the team still struggles with runners in scoring position, their power has shown signs of recovery, highlighted by hits from Michael Busch and Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto is drawing attention for his performance, hitting .345 with a 1.111 OPS this season. His manager's decision to give him a 3rd consecutive start suggests the team is looking to maximize his playing time. Key pitching matchups are also in focus. Seiya Suzuki's potential for a deep hit is being closely watched, especially given the favorable wind conditions at Wrigley Field. Additionally, Brandon Sproat has struggled with the Brewers, posting a 5.75 ERA over 8 appearances and a 13% walk rate, presenting a potential opportunity for the Cubs' left-handed hitters. The Milwaukee Brewers enter the series with a strong record, winning 8 of their last 10 games, and they continue to pose a disciplined challenge, leading the league in hits with runners in scoring position. However, their overall offense lags, sitting 23rd in OPS and dead last in home runs, suggesting they will rely on disciplined play. For the pitching side, Shota Imanaga is considered a strong option, particularly given the wind conditions, and the Brewers' lack of power makes the outing advantageous. Conversely, Sproat's performance suggests he may be vulnerable against the Cubs' lineup. The Milwaukee Brewers secured a decisive 9-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs on Monday night, marking the first meeting between the longtime NL Central rivals this season. Jake Bauers was a key offensive catalyst, hitting a home run and driving in 4 runs. Milwaukee's offense continued its strong run, with Christian Yelich going deep for the second consecutive day, contributing to a 13-hit attack that propelled the team to 9-2 in their last 11 games. Andrew Vaughn also contributed with 2 hits and 2 runs scored. The win solidifies the Brewers' standing in the Central Division, as they pulled within half a game of Chicago for the lead. This victory marks the 3rd consecutive year the Brewers have won the Central Division, following their elimination of the Cubs in a 5-game NL Division Series last year. For the Cubs, the loss was significant. They dropped their 7th consecutive game in 9 contests. The Cubs, meanwhile, enjoyed their longest home winning streak at Wrigley Field since an 18-game run in September 1935. On the pitching side, the Cubs struggled significantly. Left-hander Shota Imanaga, who was 4-4, had a poor outing, being tagged for 8 runs and 9 hits in 4 3/4 innings, allowing 8 earned runs across his previous 5 starts. Conversely, Brewers right-hander Brandon Sproat allowed 3 runs and 3 hits in 4 2/3 innings, but Shane Drohan took over in the 5th and pitched 4 3/4 innings of 4-hit ball to secure the win. Bauers' performance was particularly notable, as he connected for his 7th home run in the 5th inning, a 3-run drive that established an 8-0 lead for the Brewers. Bauers is currently on a 9-game hitting streak, batting .438 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Looking ahead, Jacob Misiorowski will start for Milwaukee on Tuesday night, while Ben Brown pitches for the Cubs. The Milwaukee Brewers began a highly anticipated 3-game series against their NL Central rivals, the Chicago Cubs, on Monday night at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The atmosphere was electric as the 2 teams clashed in the opener. The contest featured notable action from both sides. Chicago Cubs pitcher Shota Imanaga took the mound against the Brewers in the 1st inning, facing Milwaukee's Brandon Sproat. The offensive firepower was evident early on. Milwaukee's designated hitter, Christian Yelich, was greeted by first baseman Andrew Vaughn after connecting for a home run in the 2nd inning. Yelich also received recognition in the dugout after hitting a home run in the 1st inning. The Brewers continued to put pressure on the Cubs lineup. First baseman Andrew Vaughn recorded a single in the 4th inning, and Jake Bauers also contributed with a 1-run single in that same inning. Further offensive highlights came in the 5th inning when Jake Bauers hit a 3-run home run, drawing cheers from Brewers players Andrew Vaughn, center fielder Luis Rengifo, and third baseman Luis Rengifo. Christian Yelich added another hit in the 6th inning with a 1-run double. Defensively, the game saw activity, including a steal of second base by left fielder Jackson Chourio in the 4th inning, and a 1-run single from right fielder Sal Frelick in the 4th inning. Later in the game, Chicago Cubs second baseman Nico Hoerner tagged out Brewers third baseman Luis Rengifo at second base in the 7th inning, although Rengifo managed to hit a single in that same inning. Center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong also recorded a catch in the 7th inning. Beyond the rivalry matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers have demonstrated strong performance across recent series, including a sweep against the Minnesota Twins in the 2nd game of a series at Target Field in Minneapolis. The team also successfully navigated a 6-game Midwest road trip, culminating in a walk-off homer by Bryce Turang to secure a 3-game sweep against the St. Louis Cardinals. Overall, the series opener set a competitive tone for the matchup between the Brewers and the Cubs.